Hi everyone, my name is Bhavya Manvita. I am from AIDS A section. Today, I want to explain some topics in JavaScript. Those are clauses, callbacks, promises, async or await, and to-do list using clauses. Okay, as we know that JavaScript variables can belong to the local scope or global scope. The variables which are declared or initialized in a function block are known as local variables. They have the local scope only. And the variables which are initialized among the entire program, that means they are outside the function, those are known as global variables. The main aim of the clauses is to convert the global variables into the local variables. In another way, what we want to know about the clauses is clauses in JavaScript are a way for a function to remember the variables and scope it was created. Even after that scope has finished executing, those will be complete their task. Let us see with an example. Okay. Here the create counter function has a variable count which is initialized to 0. The return function can increase count and remember its value even after finishing its execution. Whenever we call the create counter function, it gives a new counter function that keeps its own count. Every time you call the counter function, it adds 1 to the count and shows the updated number. Let's execute this. Node space filename.js is a command for executing any JS files. So here the count is 1 as we are calling the function one time only. Let's call the function 2 times. So here the variable is updated 2 times as we are calling the counter function 2 times. So this is what closure means in JavaScript. Okay, now let us know about the topic called callback. So this is the callback. A callback is a function whenever we pass the function as the parameter to another function. It gets called when the other function finishes its task. Okay, let us see an example. Here the fetch data is a function. It takes another function. Here callback is another function. It takes the fetch data function takes callback as a parameter to fetch data function. First, it displays fetching data and then it waits for 2 seconds using the set timeout function. After the completion of 2 seconds, it calls the provided callback function and displays the data received as output in the command line. Whenever we call the fetch data, it provides a callback function message and it will display the console.log message. That means it will display the data received message in the console. So let's run this. So after waiting for the 2 seconds, it will display the output as data received. Okay, now let us know about the topic promise. Promise is an important aspect in JS which is used for async or await responses. Here the main original definition is a promise is a way to handle asynchronous tasks. It will have three states like pending, resolved, and pending, resolved, and rejected. We will be able to handle results with dot then and dot catch. Okay, let us see with an example. Here, the fetch data function creates and returns a promise. It represents a task that will complete in the future. Here, inside the promise, first it will display fetching data and waits for 2 seconds using the set timeout of function. After 2 seconds, it will resolve. That means it successfully completes the task for waiting and then it will display the data received. So that means the promise is successfully completed. That means it is resolved. If the task is not resolved, then it will reject the task. That means error message will be displayed. Whenever the task is resolved, uh, the dot then will be used and the message will be displayed. Otherwise, the catch will catches the error and then the error will be displayed. So here the error is not there, so it will display the data is resolved. That means the promise is resolved here. And another is async or await function in JS. Uh, this topic uh, this topic is about async or await. Async or await is a cleaner way to write asynchronous code. It makes our code looks like it's running like a step-by-step manner. What is what is completing first and another what step will be completed like that. Okay, let's see with an example. Here, the fetch data function is marked as async, which means it always returns a promise. It is somewhat similar to promise, but here the writing here the code will be written in a clear way. So it marked as async and it will returns a promise. Inside this fetch data, first it will displays the fetching data and then immediately it resolves the promise letter and returns the data is received. Here the main function is also marked as async only. So we can use await keyword inside it. The await, uh, the await is calling the fetch data. Whenever the promise is resolved, then the console.log fetching data will be returned into the console. Once the result is ready, the data received will be displayed in the console. So whenever we call this main function, the entire code will be called. And this always happen in correct order only. So like this, without any delay, it will delivers the output in a correct order. Okay, now let us see to do list using clauses in Node.js. So here to do list. As we all know that a to do list is a list of tasks what we want to complete. So here we are using clauses to create this list. In this to do list, it contains an array all. This main to-do list is act as a main function for our entire application. It uses an array called all. It stores all the works what we want to enter into that list. It stores in this array. And here the const add function. This will add the items or works that we given in the command. It will add to the all array. And here mark as complete function. It marks a specific to do as completed or not. And here it is overdue. It will find the tasks that are past their due date. And due today function, it finds the tasks which are due today, due later. It finds tasks due after today. And the last one is to displayable list. What the task will find there, it will display using this function to displayable list. It formats a list of tasks and it display in a neat manner. And here it contains like checkbox, is it completed or not? If it is completed, then empty box will be displayed. Otherwise, it will display as with cross mark. That means we are not able to complete in within the date. So it will return all these function, all add, mark as complete, overdue, due today, due later to a displayable list. And here this another function is here formatted date. This JavaScript converts the date object into a format like a year, month, and date. So here It creates a days for testing like today, yesterday, tomorrow. It formats the day to today, and yesterday means the previous day. So we are add -1 here, and for tomorrow we add +1 for today's date. So then we want to add this to dos. So in the to dos it will add like a title, due date, and the status of the work. So it will give title, due date, and the completion status. Like a title like submit assignment, parent, service vehicle, and a due date like tomorrow, today, completed their complete status true or false. So after adding these, we want to display these works in a console. So we use console.log and my to-do list. This acts as a heading. So first we will output overdue. Here to-dos.overdue will return all the works those are pending. That means they are not completed. Tasks that were due before today. And here due today, to-dos.due today function will return the works which are due having today only. And the due later will be displayed and returned using to-dos.due later of. So um, the works which will be done in the future will be returned here. So these all will be the main functionality for our to-do list app. Okay, let's run this. So node space our file name index.js. So like this, our output will be displayed. So this is the my to-do list and overdue. Here we submit assignment and the due today parent service vehicle like that and due letter file taxes pay electricity bill like this. Okay. Thank you.